Hello. So I wanted to talk today about something that I realize is kind of a big deal. And that is when you are with a narcissist or anyone who has some sort of personality disorder. And I'm speaking about narcissism specifically, or borderline, or something like that. What you realize is that they have a hard time when you're in a relationship with them, with you following your purpose or something that brings you joy or something that brings you a form of passion that doesn't necessarily involve them. And so a lot of times when you're with a narcissistic person, you are literally running or walking on eggshells just to keep them happy, because their needs are so great and so insatiable that you basically are just living in a coping world. You are not really even living. You're operating to keep the peace and to keep them happy. And it's not like you don't love them. You love them, and they tell you they love you, and there's apparently this amazing love between you. And you obviously fight between realizing that and also realizing something is amiss. But what you notice is that you can't do the things truly that are on purpose for you unless you can do it secretly. And I'm not talking about anything unethical here. None of my videos are unethical. That is not how I roll. So I'm talking about ethical, as far as doing it secretly. Like if you really want to do a course and they don't want you to do it at nighttime because that's when you spend time with them, then you find a way to do it during your lunch breaks between your job, so you can do this thing. You're kind of always sort of like, okay, well, I'll do this in this little snippet of time so that I'm not affecting them, because they are very needy of you, like obsessively, but not in a good way. At first, it feels like intoxicating because it's like no one treats you that way. No one is so into you that way. But then when you are with a narcissist and after a little bit of time, you realize that that is not normal. And you hiding your purpose and things that bring you joy from the person that's supposed to love you and has supposed to have your back, you start realizing there's something wrong with that. So for me personally, there was many things, but one of the things in the last year we were together was I really wanted to do this 2.5-day fast. And it occurs every month when your moon is in your astrological sign. And it's just basically a fast, but it's also abstaining from intimacy. And we're talking about sex specifically. We're not talking about snuggling or cuddling or anything like that. We're just talking about sex energy. And 2.5 days a month is nothing. I could never realize this because it would have caused too much conflict within our relationship. I tried. Sometimes I tried a month or two, and then I would give up for a few months, and then I would try again. And it's because his need of me was constant. And if I told him, like, hey, this was really exciting for me, I really want to do this, because it didn't benefit him, and because it took away a need of his, which is physical intimacy, which he needed and required daily, it would cause an injury to him or a lack of control. And if I didn't acquiesce to him, then I would have to deal with basically a monster. And so I was well conditioned in this relationship to have to kind of swallow my needs and my desires in order to keep him, I wouldn't even say happy, but keep the edge off until his next desire needed me for whatever reason. And so I was never able to fulfill that, which I believe is and has become a spiritual thing for me. And it's part of, I feel, my own sort of awakening is doing this thing. And since I have no longer been in a relationship with him, I have consistently done it every single month and will continue to do it every single month for the rest of my life. And so I'm hoping this comes as some sort of empowerment for those of you who are out of a narcissistic relationship, who may be floundering and wondering like where the light is at the end of the tunnel. But if you're doing anything different or taking on anything that you couldn't take on when you were with them and you're doing it now, you are already empowered. You are already following your purpose. You are already more on point than you ever were when you were with them. No healthy relationship will stop you from fulfilling your desires for growth and for self-realization. If you're in a relationship like that, where you have to sort of stuff down who you are, you're in the wrong friggin' relationship. You're in a relationship with essentially a toddler, an immature, low self-esteem human being that is using you to fill a void within them. And then you, in turn, will sort of forget your purpose and the reason you're here. And it is not here to cater to this other human being or whatever they are. And I say that all the time because I don't know what they are. So I hope this sort of connects you, because even if you're doing something small every day that you weren't able to do when you're with them, then you are already ahead of the game. And the game is just your own game within yourself. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter if it's reading a book at nighttime, you just want a few minutes to read a book, or if it's watching your favorite show, or if it's gardening outside. It doesn't matter. Whatever fuels your soul and makes you happy and would in turn benefit your relationship, then you're doing the right thing. You will never be with a narcissist and they're okay with any of those things unless it directly affects them in a positive way. And me doing this sort of 2.5 day fast from many things did not benefit him. So he didn't care if it benefited me because I didn't exist within the context of the relationship as an individual. Just as you did not exist in the relationship in the context of being an individual. You only were within the relationship as far as what you can give to them within their control matrix. And that's sad. You are so much greater than that. You have a purpose here. You were off track being with them. And although I believe that everything has a purpose and a reason, and I would hope so anyway, but you are no longer with that person, and thank God. So follow the things that you've been wanting to do when you were with them, those little calls in the middle of the night, the desire within your heart, the pull within your body. Do all those things now, even if it means just one little thing. And that will propel you forward towards more what your purpose, your mission is here on earth. And in a way, by you doing that, it empowers you in a way that you were never empowered when you were with them, because they always were trying to take that away from you. So I hope this little video helped you in some ways. Yes, I know you're having a hard time. Like, I understand. Yes, I am here for you if you want to talk to me. My information's below. But more than anything, like, there is so many positivities of leaving these people or having them left you that it's hard to see when you're in it. But there is little blessings all throughout there. And one of them is following the call of your heart. Anyway, I hope this finds you well.